Alright. This is your homie Maloyski 7777, and today let's talk about the upcoming update, especially with the new hero Amat. So a lot of people I can see are actually excited, anxious about this new hero. So let's try to discuss, especially whether it's worth it, or basically let's discuss the why should you or should you not get Amat. So first of all, let me just share a trivia. So for Filipinos, they actually know already, but for those who aren't familiar with the word, Amat is actually a word that us Filipinos use to playfully say that we are drunk. When you say Amat, it's like spirit of alcohol. So when you say I have Amat, it's like saying that you are drunk. So when actually drunk, in direct translation to Filipino, it's lasing. So I'm drunk is I'm lasing. So you can't really say I'm Amat. I'm Amat is like saying I'm the spirit of alcohol. So anyway, that's that. So when you have Amat in the Philippines, that means you are drunk. Anyway, if in that context, should you have Amat? Well, I don't know. It's up to you if you want to be drunk. So, okay. Let's go to the topic at hand. First of all, should you get Amat? It's a definite yes. Whether or not, or it's a definite yes because it's by default that for any player, the default is that you should get at least one copy of every hero, because this allows you to just go back to this hero at a later period. You can just use Jin hybrids for them and level them up or evolve them. So yes, you should get Amat. Well, although the question differs if you're just starting, if you're not even 1 week or 1 month into the game, then of course you don't have a lot of limited recruitment tickets. That's questionable. Or maybe Amat isn't really available to you yet. I understand beginners or new players, the banners that they get are different. The hero banners that they get are different from those who've already played for quite some time. So yeah, anyhow, moving on. So as I've mentioned, you should get Amat. However, there are some factors that play into you should get Amat, but the other question or the next question is whether you should get more of Amat, or you should invest more or spend more limited tickets to try to pull more Amat or pull more copies of Amat. Here, there's a lot of factors that come into play. First of all, how many limited recruitment tickets do you have? So, well, for players who are already able to complete Ancient Altar, all levels of Ancient Altar every week, it's no question that you should get Amat, at least one copy of Amat, because you get, on average, in a week you have 40 to 60 tickets. Now, from Ancient Altar alone, you can get 40 average. And then there's also the events. There's also other things or other events where you can get more limited tickets. Well, of course, not to mention players, pay to win players who of course who can easily purchase limited recruitment packs. So that's really no question for them. Anyhow, as I was saying, if you have or if you don't have a lot of limited tickets, then actually there's a number. If you have less than 300 limited tickets, I suggest that you should just get one copy. Save, for example, you only have 100 limited tickets or 150. What will happen is that you'll just, or if you end up using all of your limited tickets on Amat, then what you'll end up with is just, a measly mythic, worse, just an elite. So I suggest you should probably not spend too much on Amat and save up on your tickets until you get 300 for another hero or for another banner, because here's the thing, if you have less than 300 tickets, most likely, as I've already mentioned, you'll get a low quality hero. So at the end of the day, your Amat will just be useless. He won't. Is he a she or a? Is Amat a he or a she? I'm not sure. But anyway, you'll end up with an Amat that's practically not helpful at all in whatever game mode that you'd like to use Amat for. So yes, if you don't have lots of limited tickets, 300 at least, then I suggest you should just get one copy. Just one copy. I totally, trust me, it's not worth it. It's really not worth it. And yeah. And another thing with the number 300 is that it's a sweet spot for the Mirror of Reformation event. So when you purchase 300 worth of limited tickets, you get one universal crystal shard. So apart from the universal crystal shard, you get lots of bonuses from the Mirror of Reformation. So the thing with spending 300 all at once is that you get to maximize your spending of your tickets, as compared to if every 2 weeks you purchase a new hero, you're not able to, or in every week you purchase or you spend all your limited tickets all at once, then you're not able to maximize everything. You only get like the surface level reward. But if you save up at least 300 tickets and spend them all at once when you're getting a hero, then most likely what you'll get is it's legendary to immortal, and at the same time you get all the other bonuses plus the universal crystal shard. So with that, your team, your lineup, your heroes get a significant boost, enough to be impactful, enough to have like an effect on your performance on the game. So that's why I definitely highly suggest that you should get, or you should at least have 300 limited tickets before you even think about spending all of it on just one hero. In this case, Amat. So if you spend just one, if you have like less than 300, if you spend 60, that's okay. It's easy replenishable. You can easily acquire that much tickets, considering that every 2 weeks you'd get at least 80 from Ancient Altar alone. So for sure you'll be able to save up on tickets even if you purchase one copy. And speaking of which, from what I understand or from what I have observed, Twilight or Eternal Evolution releases new heroes at least every 3 weeks. So within that time frame, you know, you'll be able to save up limited tickets. And however, of course, with this strategy, you're going to have to miss some heroes here and there, but that's okay. Because we are playing the long game here. We're not just thinking about getting one hero now, but we're more thinking about being good at the game in the long run. Alright, so that's one of the factors, the limited tickets, the number of limited tickets that you have. Another factor to take in is whether Amat will be great for your lineup. So for me, Amat or summon lineup aren't really my priority. The summon lineup by far is the one lineup that I haven't invested too much as compared to the other classes. So for me, knowing, you know, upon knowing that the next hero is a summon, I've already decided to take on or to get copies of Fiona and Samael. So doing that, I was actually able to evolve Samael to emo and Fiona to emo as well, immortal as well. So that, you know, taking things into consideration, I would benefit from Fiona and from Samael. Fiona I can use with my Vanguard team. Samael, of course, for my assassin, and you know, he's quite versatile. I can pair him with other, you know, lineups as well. He can work with the hunter lineup, so it benefits me a lot. There's a lot of pros to me getting these heroes instead of, what do you call this, instead of Amat. And the thing is, I only had like 200 I had around 210 tickets, but I, you know, calculated everything. You know, I needed just, you know, I calculated enough to know that just using 180, I will be able to emo Fiona and Samael because I have I have hybrid gene crystals. So, you know, taking all of those into account, I got what I needed for my lineups. And another thing, by the way, so anyway, it's up to you in terms of the kind of lineup that you have. So if you need another summon, or if you're in need of a summon hero, you're trying to build up a summon hero or a summon lineup, it can be, you know, you can decide on getting a lot of, or maximizing your Amat or spending your tickets on Amat. Sure, but you know, as I've said, for others who's not really, you know, big into the summon lineup, then, you know, fine. And another thing, by the way, the main thing that Amat will be, so as of now, there's actually this discussion on who to let go of in terms of the summon lineup. So the thing is, we already have Anpu, we already have Daniel, Dorali, Sorvale or Sorvali, and who's the other one? Dorali, Anpu, Sif. So there's already 5 summon heroes that are being used in a lineup. Now that we have Amat, people are questioning who should we let go of. So most likely, some are saying that it's Anpu that they let go of in favor of Amat. So it's really, in a way, it's really disrupting having Amat. But actually, that's because one of the main purposes of Amat is to boost our Crimson Abbyss performance. So it's actually for Crimson Abbyss that they are now releasing Amat. So as you can see here, I already have Sorvale, I have Anpu, but so far I'm not able to move forward with the higher levels. But yeah, that's how it is. So anyway, that's why we have Amat. The reason why we have Amat is mostly for this. It's not just, well, of course, he'll definitely be good for PvP as well. He'll be good in the lineup, summon lineup, but it's disrupting. But yeah, he has a purpose, which is the Crimson Abbyss. So if you'd like to perform well in terms of Crimson Abbyss, yeah, sure, Amat is a must-have. That's another factor you should take in Amat, or another factor why you should have Amat. And then finally, for me, however, I'm okay with not getting Amat because, well, speaking of Crimson Abbyss, one of the benefits of the new Crimson Abbyss levels is that we finally have a chance to get gene mutation crystals for SSS heroes. So this is a great source another source for gene mutation crystals. And well, however, for me, I'm okay with my Twilight Lands. So in a way, I weighed that in, and you know what, I can afford to let go of Amat for now. Or well, I will get a copy of Amat. But for now, I'm not too big on it. I'm not too big on getting a lot of copies on Amat. I could have saved my 200 plus tickets and somehow, try to boost or somehow try to get as much as I can of Amat. But taking all those in consideration, I prefer to boost my current lineup or my current army with 2 additions, which is Fiona, Samael. So 2 for 1. It's okay. It was on my end, I benefit more from those 2 heroes. And by the way, last thing, of course, Amat will be a key hero in the upcoming Endless Battle. So of course, for those who are going to get a lot of copies of Amat, then that would be good for you in terms of Endless Battle. As for me though, I'm still looking forward to Endless Battle, even if I'm not gonna get a lot of copies of Amat because of this thing. So as some of us have already noticed, the Hell Arena shop has been replenished or restocked, and we now have this thing here, the Endless Soldiers for large trophy, which has the effect where in endless battle, all allied heroes attack plus 20%. So I'm actually more of going to depend more on this item than I am going to depend on Amat in terms of my performance in endless battles. So taking all of those into account, yep, I'm just gonna get one copy of Amat. And yeah, let's see how it goes. So anyhow, I hope you have learned something, or I hope you have gained an insight from my sharing of my contemplations, of my analysis about this upcoming update with Amat. So yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. Yeah. So alright, thank you so much for watching. Maloyski777 signing out.